Of.
Test 1 2, test 1 2. One more time. Test 1 2, test 1 2. On an unseasonably warm day in November, many fans have packed to the Holmes Convocation Center here in Boone, North Carolina for a Sunday afternoon of women's basketball. The 2-1 App State Mountaineers welcome the visiting Wofford Terriers, who sit at 1-2. My name is David Katzenmaier. Joining me to my left is Blaine Williams. And Blaine, it is a beautiful day for some basketball.
It is a beautiful day. Like you said, it feels great outside. It doesn't even really feel like fall weather. It's almost like 60 degrees out here. I'm really enjoying the day, but on top of that, we have a great game here. It's highly energetic here in the Holmes Convocation Center. I can see a bunch of fans here on their feet, ready for this game to get started, and it's great to be here with you, David.
That it is, as we've been moved courtside this year. We used to have to call up in the stands at the media table, and graciously been moved to courtside. So you're going to get a lot of extra audio you wouldn't normally get right here on 90.5 WASU. Let's first look at the App State Mountaineers, who come to this game at 2-1. They won their first two contests, their first being a 65-45 win over Western Michigan to open the year, and then a routing of Bob Jones, 110-35 on November 7th. They were 4 points shy of the team, or the program record for most points in a game, and 3 points shy of the largest margin of victory in program history. They had 5 days off before they come back and take on Davidson, where they lost 55-74 in the first misstep of the season. Blaine, what did you see as the biggest difference maker in that loss against Davidson?
You know, we saw the team, they weren't doing terrible in the beginning of the first half, but, second half, that's kind of when we started to see things kind of go derail a little bit for this App State team. And so far, like you said, we saw this team start off to a great 2-0 start. Awesome to see under the amazing head coach, Valora Sharp. But unfortunate last game, just kind of got off the rails there. I think the main thing that stuck out to me was the three-point shooting percentage. It just was not there. Didn't really look like they got into a comfortable set with their offense, mainly in the second half. They did great on turnovers, though. I believe they had 16 turnovers for the game and only held the Wildcats to 4 offensive rebounds. That's great to do, but you got to make sure that you're hitting the clip. So the three-point margin is what I'm going to be looking for today in regards to that game to this game.
So far this year, App State from beyond the three-point line, 34%. That's the same clip they shot last year that finished a second best in the Sun Belt. Looking at Wofford, they're 1-2, but they are going to be no easy out today. They opened the year with a 126-65 victory over Converse. Had to go on the road against a really good High Point team on November 8th. Lost that one 73-81 and lost a wire-to-wire game on November 11th. This past Tuesday, 68-75 against Georgia State. So when they've had these losses, they have been close.
Yes, they have been really close. I mean, we did see that last game. Queen Ikuru, she had a great game. Recorded her first double-double, though it was a loss. It was highly impressive to see her go out there and play. And I think that's going to be really tough today for this App State team. They got to make sure that they keep her under wraps. I mean, that's the main player I'm going to be looking out for, and I know definitely that the team's going to be looking out for.
Queen Ikuru, the top player here for Wofford. She leads the team in points per game at just over 15. Field goal percentage at 68%. Rebounds per game at 8 a game so far this year, and 3 blocks on average. That is a team best. Wofford sits 10th in the nation in rebounds. This team likes to swipe them clean off the board. The other player you're going to have to watch out for is Maddie Heiss. She's the second leading scorer and one of the best defenders in all of the SoCon. When we come back to the Holmes Convocation Center, your starting lineups and tip-off right here from Boone. David Katzenmaier, Blaine Williams back with you on 90.5 WASU in just a moment. Welcome back to the Holmes Convocation Center here in Boone, North Carolina, where it is time for App State women's basketball as they take on the Wofford Terriers. The starting lineups are being announced on the floor. I'm going to turn it to Blaine to tell us the starting lineup for Wofford.
Don't see any changes here, which was no surprise, I believe, for this Wofford team. Of course, we got Maddie Heiss, the junior 5'10 guard, starting out there alongside Molly Massengill, who also leads his team here with 11 points, or doesn't lead the team, I should say, but has 11 points per game, 6 boards, and 3 assists here. We also see next to her Gabby Mundy and Tony Warren alongside her, and of course, who else but Queen Ikaru as right there is the last person to be joining this team. She leads the team, 15.3 points per game, 8 boards, and 1 assist as well. But I'm going to give it back here to David Katzenmaier. David, who we got for this App State lineup? Looks like we got a little change.
For App State, they are making the first change so far this year in the starting lineup. The biggest difference is going to be that Zoe McCrary, the 6'2 forward grad student, will be making the start over Ferial Defna Atla, the transfer from West Virginia, who started the first 3 games so far this year. Other than that, the starting lineup remains the same. The Denver transfer, Emily Smith, at guard gets the start. The Georgetown transfer, Jaden McBride, will take the floor wearing number 2. The top scorer for App State, Deja Mitchell, number 24. And Emily Heggie, one of 3 returners to this Mountaineer squad, is your 5th and final starter, as those starters are being announced in the building right now. Shout out to Bobby Phillips, doing an amazing job at PA. The WASU station manager is getting ready to introduce this team. Blaine, while we still have a few moments, what are your X factors for this game? What are you looking for on each side to make the difference?
Well, of course, I mentioned it a little bit ago. For App State, I'm really looking for this 3-point percentage. I really want to see an increase here, especially from 2 people, Elena Pericic, and alongside Elena Pericic, I really want to see Jaden McBride. I want to see both of them increase their 3-point percentage a little bit. But, you know, for the most part, we have a great lineup here. Deja Mitchell leading the team here in points per game. Deja also with a great field goal percentage, 60% here. And I think really she's going to be the big main factor here. If we can get her going, get her keep it going, keep this team on lock, on fire, I think that's going to be awesome. But another thing that App State needs to watch out for when looking at Wofford is a couple people here. You know, we have 4 people in the starting lineup averaging double-digit points per game, and that's going to be really big here. Defense is going to be the main factor. I wanted to mention Maddie Heiss. She's the main one that they really lean on when it comes to points, besides, of course, their junior starting forward, Queen Ikaru. But Maddie Heiss, 24 and 11 when she scores 10-plus points per game, and only 10 and 16 when she's under that. Of course, she averages 13.3 a game, and everybody on this team can outboard. That's going to be the main key here today, is to make sure that we don't let this Wofford team get points here, because or get rebounds here, because that's their bread and butter, as what my dad likes to say, is bread and butter. But if we can win this turnover battle, I think we are looking good here. Even if we're losing the rebound battle, I think turnovers can make this game an equalizer. It can make it highly competitive.
Wofford is top 10 in the NCAA Division I in rebounds per game. Queen Ikiwu is the leader on this team with 8 per game. They love to take them off the board, so App State is going to have to be hounding at the basket if they want to beat the Terriers on the rebounds. Both teams are ready to take the floor. Wofford in all black with the old gold taper around the shoulders and stripe on the shorts. And for App State, it is the clean all whites for the Mountaineers. Black script with gold outline. Here we go. We are ready at midcourt as Zoe McCrary squares up for App State and wins the opening tip over Tony Warren. However, after first touch, Wofford will claim it and will have the first offensive possession as they are going away from the student section. Shot is taken from the right elbow after a nice entrance from the right wing. It is up and good for Gabby Mundy. So 2-0 Wofford in the opening seconds. Here's App State's first offensive possession. Emma Smith dishes it off to McCrary at the top of the key. One step in, now kicks it to the left side right in front of the Wofford bench. Deja Mitchell kicks it back to the top of the key. A triple try is up and good for Jaden McBride, the Georgetown transfer.
getting out to that three-point mark early. That's great to see for App State here. Go ahead and getting that first one off the board.
She's taken the most three-pointers out of anybody on this App State team so far. That was her 20th attempt. Her clip now rolls up to 34%. Wofford with 15 on the shot clock will pick it up from the left wing. Massengale kicks it to the top of the key for Ikiwu. She'll dribble in with the right hand now on the pivot foot. Will end up traveling. Mountaineer basketball.
Unlucky there. Just got to stay in the game, but good App State. Good looking so far. Hopefully we can see some get on top here. Get early lead.
McCrary inbounds from the top side of the court to Smith, who stands on the low side. She'll now pass the timeline and is guarded closely by Molly Massengale, all the way down to the right wing before she'll center it back up to the top of the key. Still drifting to her left, bounces one off the left elbow. Over to Emily Heggie. Now she'll find McCrary down on the baseline, left side of the basket, trying to dribble around. That'll kick it out. Left wing entrance. And that shot is blocked as McBride went up on the Sunbelt logo in the paint. And it'll go out of bounds. Terrier basketball.
Yeah, great play there by Massengale. You know, we've seen her have a few blocks so far. I believe now that's her second one of the year. Great on her, good defense.
3-2, App State leads. 8:23 left to go in the first. Here's a shot taken just beyond the charity stripe from Queen Ikiwu. It will not fall. Rebound picked up by App State. They'll work quickly. Here's Emily Heggie. Point and shoot from the right wing, and she's got it. Another triple falls for App State. Wofford working with some pace. They find themselves in the right corner. They'll try to swing it down the baseline, and it's knocked out of bounds by Deja Mitchell as the ball travels underneath the bucket.
Good concentration there. McCreary just able to make sure that wasn't going to get to that other side there in that wing. Don't let him get in the wings. You know, that's where you can see a lot of three-point opportunity.
Baseline inbound on the near side for Wofford. They'll kick it to a lady who stands in the paint. She shuffles, steps, and takes a shot just from the left side of the paint. It is up and good for Maddie Heiss. 6-4, App State still leading. That's only the second bucket for Wofford so far this game. Jaden McBride dribbling with the left hand now, entering the paint from the charity stripe. Kicks it out left wing. It's Deja Mitchell who stands there. She'll dribble around, looking for some space. Drives in, sends a lady on her back and scores the bucket. Big pickup from the left block. It's two more for App State.
Mitchell just broke some ankles there on that play. Holy cow, put the girl on the floor.
App now leads 8-4. Wofford with the ball on the right wing. It's Gabby Mundy. She kicks it to Queen Ikiwu. A rainbow shot from just beyond the charity stripe falls.
Beautiful little arc there. I mean, that was high up. We saw that at least get about 10 feet in the air. It was crazy.
3 minutes gone by here in the first. App State leads 8-6. Smith kicking it over to McCrayer. Gives it right back to Smith on the right wing. They tried to set up a screen. Does not work. Now they'll swing it to the left side of the floor. Here's McBride. Gets a screen, dribbles with the right hand, now kicks to Deja Mitchell. Mitchell with 8 seconds on the shot clock, dribbles with the left hand, enters the paint straight up, kicks it right side. It's a right corner three, and it is just too long for Emma Smith. Wofford with some pace, works right back up the court. As they looked for a quick three-ball opportunity to Molly Massengale, it wasn't there, so they send it back to the top of the key with Gabby Mundy to reset. Mundy will hand it off on the left wing to Massengale. Now it'll go to Maddie Heiss, who works her way towards the App State bench on the right side. Heiss on the right wing. Dribbles back to the left, stands on the plant foot, 6 seconds, spins, puts a shot up, and it is nowhere close. Emily Heggie pulls it down. Heggie rolls 3/4 the way down the court, kicks it left side, a triple try, up and off the rim, no good for Jaden McBride. Defensive board picked up from Wofford. They'll continue to push the pace as Maddie Heiss works up the right side of the floor, hesitates, moves down the middle of the paint, and is fouled, trying to go up to the basket from the left side with the left hand.
I like the way App State's getting out here nice and early, trying to put up some three-point attempts. Looking good so far. On defense there, just unlucky little foul. Gotta stay concentrated. I mean, so far they've been doing a good job keeping Queen Ikiwu, getting her, making sure she's not going crazy so far in this game, making sure she's getting off to a somewhat rocky start.
First foul of the game results in the first free throws of the game. First one is up and good for Maddie Heiss, who is from Dallas, Texas, the 5'10 junior. Last season, just over 9 points per game, shot at a 33% clip. She had 14 double-digit games, which was such a difference maker in Wofford's season last year, going 17-12 and finishing second in the conference. Second free throw is up and good, so now we're tied at 8. 5:45 left to go. Smith kicks it top of the key for Burton. Now down for Mitchell. Deja Mitchell entering the paint from the left corner. And she'll be found right on the right elbow. And so just seconds after the first foul of the game, we get the second one, the first on Wofford.
Yep, it's going to be a little scrappy game here today. You can already tell that. The players, looks like they're jawing at each other a little bit. Definitely very handsy.
Inbound comes from the top side baseline. They kick it into the left corner. It'll be a baseline drive for Burton. She'll underhand swing it to Smith. Now to Pericic. They'll go around the horn. Mitchell steps in from the left side of the arc, and it is no good. It bounces off the rim and off the top of the backboard. It would have been a very long two. Seemed like Mitchell hesitated a little bit, Blaine. She had a wide open look from the left wing for three, but elects to take one step in and almost hesitates a little bit on the shot.
Yeah, we haven't seen her shoot the three ball very much this year. You know, I think she's a little bit more confident inside the arc. I would like to still take that three, though. I would like to see a little bit more confidence from her. She leads this team in points per game. There's a reason why. She's got that confidence. So, you know what, lean on that a little bit, Mitchell, but she's doing great so far here.
Mitchell, 3 attempts, 1 conversion from beyond the three-point line. Queen Ikiwu off the right side of the paint, kicks it out for a long two. It can't go in front of the App State bench. Offensive board is picked up by Heiss. She puts up a second chance effort. It's no good. However, Wofford once again hounding under the basket. It's taken away from Tony Warren after getting the initial rebound, and here comes App State down to their offensive side of the court. Emma Smith gets a screen, works in from the left side, now down to the baseline. She sneaks under the basket, up and good with the right hand. Spinning it off the glass is Emma Smith.
Emma Smith walking on the tightrope there on the baseline with a little bit of a reverse with the left hand. Beautiful to see. A little bit of ambidextrous there.
10-8, 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first. It's a right corner three taken and missed from Wofford. Tony Warren was off the mark. Here is Smith, now passing it quickly to Pericic, up and under. A heads-up play, catching the Terriers asleep in the doghouse.
Looked like she sent that ball by email there. Just a little bit right through the air. A little wireless action. Beautiful to see there. 2 great plays from Smith.
Wofford hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. They have missed their last 4 field goal attempts. Here's Tori Warren kicking it left side, and a 3-ball is on the way. No good for Molly Massengale. Ball will head out of bounds. App State basketball, and we will get our first timeout on the floor with the Mountaineers leading 12-8, 3:54 to go in the first.
Yeah, I mean, Wofford right now on a little bit of a scoring drought. Haven't been able to score in the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and it looks like they've really just missed a lot of their opportunities, really close and early. Not looking good from the 3-ball either, which is really one of their specialties. And App State looking great from the 3-ball right now. So, you know what? I'm loving what I'm seeing here from App State. Really high intensity, high energy to start this off. Really catching this Wofford team on their heels.
So far, Wofford 3 for 9 from the field, have not buried a three-pointer yet, and have knocked down both free throws for App State. 5 for 9 from the field. As you mentioned, Blaine, 2 of those three-pointers coming right at the beginning of the game. They've taken 4 attempts and have not gotten to the charity stripe yet. When we return to Boone, North Carolina, the rest of the first quarter coming up on 90.5 WASU. 12-8, App State leads Wofford with 3:54 left to go in the first quarter as we welcome you back to Boone, North Carolina. App State basketball, and we return to play on the floor. It's David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams join you courtside here on what is a pretty packed afternoon for women's basketball.
Yeah, it's great to see all these fans here in the Holmes Convocation Center. I see a bunch of kids, a bunch of families out here, and that's always great. Of course, I see a lot of popcorn too. You got to come to the Holmes Convocation Center, get some popcorn, put some jalapeno cheddar dusting on there. That's the best way to get it. So yeah, it's awesome to see all these fans out here. Love the support. Great community.
Feria Defna Atla into the game for the first time for App State. She started the first 3 games of the year, but had her starting spot beat out by Zoe McCrary today to begin this matchup. Burton will kick it from the top of the key down into the left corner. Pericic, a step back triple try, falls in, hits the inside of the rim, takes an extracurricular bounce and falls through the net for 3.
Pericic, that's the way, she likes it. That was beautiful there from Pericic. Great 3-point.
One of the 3 returners for App State. There's a triple try on the other end from the left wing. It is no good for Wofford. Shot was taken by Ellie Porter. App State wasting no time getting back set up in their offensive end. Jaden McBride dribbling from the right side from the top of the key. Now angles back to the left and will give it up for Smith. Emma Smith bounces one down to the floor for Defna Atla. The right hand reaches out and scores from the paint.
Love to see that. A little bit of that post action. Just great post moves there. And so far, App State really just walking away with this. They got to keep up this energy, though. Make sure they're not firing all guns too early.
It's a 9-0 run for App in the last 2 minutes. They've made their last 4 shots on the floor. What can Wofford do to respond? They find Molly Massengale in the paint. She kicks it out to the left side. Now they'll try a skip pass, and it's taken away by Jaden McBride on the right wing. McBride one-on-one, kicks it down low, and it reverses up and good for Emma Smith.
Beautiful there from App State. Like I said, you get out to that turnover battle and you start winning it early, playing great defense so far. That's the key to this game for App State.
Top of the key 3 on the way, and it'll miss pretty badly off the left side of the rim for Molly Massengale. Wofford is all out of sorts right now. It is an 11-0 run for App State in the last 2.5 minutes. They're up 19-8 with 2:15 to go in the first.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like Wofford, I mean, they just haven't been looking flat like a tire right now. We see 0 for their last 7 field goals, and of their last 10, they've only made 2. Looking rough.
Defna Atla from the top of the key will kick it to Pericic down to the right side. Standing beyond the 3-point line, Pericic dribbles with the left hand, angling left, gets to the right elbow, now kicks it out into free space, and Defna Atla is there. A couple steps beyond the paint, and she now has 4 in this game.
Defna Atla right now is on fire, playing great. Made it her last 2-pointers there. Just looking really sharp here.
First 3 games, she was only averaging just under 3 points per game. She's already eclipsed that here in the first quarter. App State defense has been hounding. Wofford just kicking it around the key right now. We'll pick it up from the top of the arc. It's now given to Ruppel. Ruppel kicks it left side. It's a 3 taken by Molly Massengale. Another missed triple try for number 5 in black and old gold. And it'll be App State basketball as that one drifts out of bounds.
We talked a little bit about in the beginning of this game, Wofford, you know, they're one of the best rebounding teams, top 10 in the NCAA in the country. Just really good. App State keeping it up with them, both at 5 rebounds so far. Looking really good, looking sharp.
21-8, 1:15 to go in the first quarter. Defna Atla, couple steps outside the paint, ends up throwing this one into the backcourt. It will be a violation as Heggie traces back to grab it at the charity stripe on the other end of the floor. So the first big turnover of the day for App State comes on an errant pass from Defna Atla.
Wofford looking to definitely score here. I mean, it's been almost 5 minutes since they've scored, so they're definitely looking to get something on the board here.
3 turnovers in their last 5 minutes as well. Maddie Heiss halfway down the baseline, ends up retreating on the other side of the arc. Now it's back to her on the left wing, dribbles right, a shot just a step outside the charity stripes, no good. Still 21-8, 45 seconds left. Emily Heggie takes it up the near side of the floor, angles left, now kicks it to the right side. It's Pericic for 3 from the right wing. It's off the mark. First touch from Wofford. Second chance pulled down from App State. Up and good with the right hand is Emily Heggie. Wofford popped it up in the air. Heggie was given a gift, and all she's got to do is take 2 steps to the basket and finish with the right hand. It is 23-8 on a 15-0 run by App State.
Heggie only stands 5'7", but man, don't let that fool you. She's electric coming off the bench with 8.3 points a game. And she's also got 2.7 rebounds there. We saw a great rebound as she climbed up the ladder there to really get that board over, one of the better rebounding teams. And also, she's great from three-point with an 83% three-point percentage. But, I mean, awesome off the bench. It's great to have a player like that come into this game and give you just something extra, a little extra on the side there, just like some Bojangles fries here as I'm looking at this board.
It is. It's bow time in Boone when App State scores 75 or more. They're on pace to do it right now. Blaine, what makes this start even more impressive is that through the first 3 games this season, Wofford is outscoring opponents 87-41 in the first quarter and is shooting just shy of 50%. They are shooting 23% right now from the field and only have 8 points. What a switch up.
Yeah, great start here for App State. Like I said, winning that turnover battle early has really shown what kind of ambition they got.
Heiss has an open look for 3 for Wofford from the top of the key. It's off the mark. The ball drifts into the right corner where Jaden McBride will pick it up. Shot clock is off with 17 seconds to go. 23-8, App State up, looking to cap off an unbelievably good first quarter. Jada Burtons, 8 seconds. Kicks it back to the top of the key. It's McBride. She'll take a long 2 just inside the right wing. It's no good. Defna Atla at the rim, using her size to pick up the offensive rebound and is fouled on the second chance effort with 2.1 seconds to go.
Yeah, just great reach there. Reach for the top shelf and paid off there as she got fouled going to the stripe here.
This will be
a first free throw attempt here for the game.
There it is. And that is her first free throw attempt on the year as well.
Really?
So
very impressive.
So she buries that one and is now 1-1 on the season. Second one off the back of the iron. Rebounds picked up from Wofford. Horn is off before the shot can go. And it is no good. Ellie Porter gave it a good run off the backboard and then off the rim. The shot wouldn't have counted anyways. App State 24-8 thanks to a 16-0 run in the last 4 minutes and 42 seconds of the first quarter. Utter domination on the offensive end. Blazing defense has locked down Wofford to their slowest start of the year. We'll see if App State can continue that momentum when we return for the start of the second quarter right here on 90.5 WASU. (24-8). App State leads Wofford after an unbelievable first quarter and a 16-0 run to close out the final 4:42 of the first. David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams here with you from the Holmes Convocation Center in Boone, North Carolina, where, Blaine, it has been all App State to get things going.
Yeah, you're right. We see a scoring drought for Wofford the past almost 6 minutes here. I mean, they haven't been able to score since the last 4 minutes at the beginning of the first quarter. One thing I wanted to highlight, was the Jimmy Garrity, head coach for Wofford. His secret number, or his special number, I should say,
the magic number.
Yeah, magic number. It should be when when the team scores 70+ points, the team is 90-16. Doesn't look like they're going to get that today. Don't want to count my chickens too early though. But App State playing some great basketball to start off the first quarter.
We mentioned it at the close of the first quarter, but Wofford so far this year has been outscoring opponents 87-41 in the first quarter and shooting 49%. In the first quarter, they shot 3 for 14 from the field. That is good for 21% on the field goal percentage, 0 for 6 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And so it's just an uncharacteristic start for Wofford, who have had some open looks in this game. They just haven't been able to bury anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, the last point we saw from them was at the field goal line. So they're going to be looking to really get something going here, but don't get desperate.
Wofford will get things started with the ball, and a baseline pass from Mia Floor. Her first time on the floor is an underhand one that was trying to go towards the left wing for Queen Ikiwu and just soars out of bounds.
Hey, I get it. You're frustrated, but don't take it out on the fans. Don't just start throwing the ball and trying to take people's heads off now.
That'll give more motivation for App State. Emily Heggie from the top of the key gives it right side for Pericic, still standing in three-point land. Pericic, she'll dribble with the left hand, has a lane, get all the way down to the left elbow before kicking it out to McBride. It's a triple try from the left corner. No good. Defna Atla, first one to touch it, but 3 Terriers surround her and take the ball away. Still 24-8, almost a minute gone by here in the first quarter. Here's Mia Floor. Kicks it to the top for Ruppel. Ruppel begins to dribble with the right hand, gets a screen. It would have been a long 2. She pump fakes, now kicks it left side. Driving in from the left wing is Mia Floor, has the ball poked away, and it will go out of bounds off her leg. Defna Atla is there for defense.
Another turnover there for Wofford. I mean, that's their 6th of the game, it looks like, and just really cannot get comfortable. I mean, they just look like they're a child at the doctor's office, not looking like they're having fun.
Emma Smith will take it up the floor. She'll take a couple steps inside the arc before giving it up to Pericic on the left side. Pericic now centers herself on the floor, kicking it to the right side for Jaden McBride, and we're going to get an off-the-ball whistle. Looks like it's going to be on Ellie Porter of Wofford. Or excuse me, Queen Ikiwu. It is her first foul of the game, and the first by either team in the second quarter. Near side baseline inbound for Pericic. Now they're having to the right side for Emma Smith. Takes one dribble, skip pass to the left side. On the wing is McBride. She'll pull from there. The triple try rims off. Offensive rebound picked up underneath by Heggie, given to Pericic, who's double teamed. The shot won't go. Third chance is picked up by App State. They'll retain possession. Here's a baseline drive from the left side for Heggie. It's no good, but Pericic is there. Around 3 different Terriers. Somehow finds a way to get the rebound and put it in.
That ball was bounced around like a pinball, but hey, shout out there to number 20, Elena Pericic, able to just, under pressure with 3 people around her, get the baby hook off.
Queen Ikiwu, a high arcing shot from the right elbow is no good. App State with the rebound. We talked about Wofford is 10th in the nation in rebounds per game. App State looking like they are, and they're converting on offense as well. The triple try from Heggie falls through on the right wing as App State is now up 29-8.
The Arches are opening up here. 4 from 9 on 3-point attempts here so far for App State. Beautiful start.
Molly Massengale dribbles with the right hand, kicks it out right wing, now to Queen Ikiwu, who stands beyond the charity stripe, hands it off behind her, a Statue of Liberty type play. The shot is taken and no good for Sophia Ruppel. Wofford gets the offensive board, now they'll swing it around the horn. Back to the top of the key on the edge of the App State logo is Ellie Porter. Porter gives it to Heiss. Heiss driving through the paint, kicks it up right side, the bucket falls, and there will be a foul. 3-point play opportunity coming up as that was full grit from Maddie Heiss.
Heiss really the only one getting going here. I mean, she's been taking most of the shots here we see so far. She's 2 for 6 here finally gets one to fall and gets the only one to be able to get to the free throw line so far this game. She's looking to make this and one here. Hopefully bring her team back, but now down 19 points, it's going to be real tough.
Those are the first points for Wofford as the free throw is up and good. The first points for Wofford since just shy of the 6-minute mark in the first quarter. It's been almost 10 minutes since they've seen one go in. It's now 29-11 after the three-point play was converted. Jada Mitchell on the right wing, pump fake, swings it, top of the key. Emma Smith stands, fires a laser in for Pericic, who's double-teamed, and a foul is going to be called as Pericic was covered pretty heavily.
Looks like this Wofford team, they're just a step behind. Most of these fouls have really come off the ball. And it looks like they're just, like I said, a step behind, like they're on their heels, not ready for the next play, and they don't know where App State's going.
For Emma Smith, gives it up. Here's a long two from the right side. It is no good from Emily Heggie. Wofford gets the rebound. They'll streak up the near side of the floor across the timeline. Now a pass gives to the right side, baseline drive. And stepping out of bounds for Wofford will be Gabby Mundy, who had it fired to her. She was waiting on the right wing, trying to drift from there under the basket to kick it left side for an open Terrier, and just steps out of bounds. So the miscues continue for Wofford.
Yeah, I've seen just so many mistakes so far. Again, to the turnover battle. 7 turnovers now, compared just to App State's 2. I think that's really been key here so far. I said that at the beginning of the game, and it's really showing how the turnover game is really important.
Zoe McCrary was in a one-on-one situation in the paint, and she ends up traveling. It's her first time on the floor in close to 9 minutes. So 29-11, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. Wofford with the basketball. It's with Maddie Heiss, who stands in front of the App State bench. She kicks it down to the baseline. They'll now find Queen Ikiwu, who drives through the paint. A left-handed finish off the window is up and good. Is a very shifty move from Queen in the paint.
I was wondering when she was going to finally take another basket for herself here. I mean, she's only taken 4 shots. We'll think she was taking more.
Heggie drives all the way down to the right block. She gets stopped. It's a skip pass left side. Here's Emma Smith, who dishes it down into the paint, and it is going to be a whistle. An off-the-ball foul going against App.
Unfortunate there. Got to stay locked in here. Still playing great basketball, App State, but you can't give this Wofford team any slight hope. Hope is very crucial when it comes to staying in a basketball game.
Gabby Mundy gets a screen, works in from the top of the key, now kicks it out right side. Triple try on the way, and it misses everything except the other side of the backboard beyond the rim. App State and Elena Pericic gets the rebound. It's now with Emily Heggie. She'll swing it to Pericic in the right corner, covered up very quickly by Wofford and Maddie Hawk. Now the Mountaineers with Emma Smith at the top of the key. Across for Heggie to the right side. They'll dish it down low for McCrary. Double team. McCrary hits the deck. Both defenders for Wofford had their hands up in the air. It was Queen Ikiwu and Maddie Heiss. They'll say there is no foul, and the shot attempt is no good as the ball drifts out of bounds.
I think that's a correct call there. Though it looked like there was a lot of contact, it looked like they stood their ground, feet on the floor. It looked like they just had their hands in the air, and just unfortunate shot there. But hey, keep pressing in the paint. It's looked good so far. App State been doing great inside and outside, but keep attacking that inside. It'll pay off for you.
McCrary heads back to the bench as Beal is in the game for the first time, and Wofford picks up another big and one. Queen Ikiwu showing her size and poise in the paint. Stands at 6'1". The forward is a junior from Madrid, Spain. And as we mentioned, leading the team in points per game, shooting percentage, rebounds, and blocks is now starting to make a big impact for Wofford. Timeout on the floor with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. App State leads it 29-15. Free throws coming up for Wofford when we return on 90.5 WASU. 29-15, App State leads halfway through the second quarter with Wofford free throws coming up here in just a moment from the Holmes Convocation Center at Boone, North Carolina. David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams join you courtside as Wofford is on a 7-0 run across the last 2 minutes. App State has not seen a bucket go in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. During this timeout, we got to see Jimmy Garrity, the head coach for Wofford, talking to his squad as they were down by 16 at the end of the first quarter. A little bit more about Jimmy Garrity. This is his 10th season as the head coach for Wofford. He was the SoCon Coach of the Year in 22 and 23 when they won the regular season championship and took Wofford to their first D1 postseason appearance in 2022 in the women's NIT. So a very winning coach, and notoriously he's had some great defenses over the year. Queen Ikiwu's free throw on a three-point play is up and good. So the score is now 29-16. But Blaine, what is the stat when they score 70 plus under Coach Garrity?
Yeah, that special number we were talking about, that magic number. Whenever they score 70 plus points, the Wofford 90-16. I mean, that's a crazy stat there when they score 70 plus. So I know he was telling his offense, I saw him telling his offense to get back into this game, get some high energy, and I saw him talking to his coaches, so I know that he's trying to get his team back into this.
App State had a missed shot from Emily Heggie, and quickly back down the floor was Molly Massengale, letting out a roar after burying a left wing triple. It's now 29-19. App State has an opportunity from the right block. It's off the window and good for Deja Mitchell.
Finally, App State getting their first points after the last 2 minutes of nothing, but Mitchell leads his team in points, needs to lead her team to keep leading fierce, keep going strong.
Left wide open on the right side of the three-point line is Gabby Mundy. There was a bit of miscommunication from the App State defense. She's left wide open, and the triples are now falling for Wofford. Halfway through the second quarter, it's 31-22. Emily Heggie kicks one out from the paint to McBride on the left side. McBride angles right now, gives it up to Heggie, who gets a screen. Heggie through the leg, stands at the top of the key, now on the plant foot to Mitchell. Now right back to Heggie. They're trying to get the open three ball for her. They won't be able to find it. They'll dish it down to Beal in the paint. Now up to the left side for a triple try on the wing. It is off the mark from Burton, and Wofford comes storming back down the floor as the Terriers look to close the gap even more with 3:30 to go in the second. Here's Molly Massengale angling off to the right. Queen Ikiwu at the top of the key. Blaine?
Yep. You can't let your defense collapse here. I mean, just like that, you're giving Queen Ikiwu, giving her a wide open look here. Laura Sharp has to take a timeout here, making sure this defense can't collapse anymore. We've seen the past 3 or 4 possessions here, a couple wide open people.
Ikiwu's got that rainbow flick that just comes off the hand so beautifully. She was a step inside the charity stripe in the paint when she nailed that two-pointer just a moment ago. A 16-point lead, now down to 7 as Wofford has done a great job clawing their way back into this one with 3:12 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, I want to talk about Queen Ikiwu for a second. You know, you were talking about how she's from Spain. You know, we saw in 2023-24 season, she was at Tulsa, decided to transfer last year, played 28 games, and only averaged about 4.8 points per game. But this year, taking a huge step up, really increased her bag and made this her game totally different here, now averaging 15.3 points per game. 8 boards, leads the team with an assist and 3 blocks. I mean, and also just an amazing field goal percentage with 67% from the field. Really impressive by the Queen.
App State closed the first quarter on a crazy 16-0 run. Wofford is now on a 16-2 run of their own over the last 4 minutes. Jaden McBride with 11 seconds on the shot clock, dribbles with the left hand through the paint, goes up left side, and it's a big bucket off the glass and in.
Shows the muscle there, a little bit of a Hakeem Olajuwon action with a little bit of a over here, over there, and then a hook on your face. Great play.
33-24, 2:30 to go in the second quarter. Here's a kick out to the left side for Maddie Weiss. She'll pick it up, run into the paint. Now kick back to the top of the key. Laura Sharp was calling for a travel there, but to no avail. They'll now find Queen Ikiwu in the paint. Ikiwu spins to her left and gets the shot to fall just a step inside the Sunbelt logo.
Queen Ikiwu really stepping up here now. 11 points, 5 for 7 for the game. She's really trying to step up, get her team back in this.
Here's a shot just outside the paint for Jaden McBride. It's well off the mark as it gets off the edge of the backboard on the rebound attempt. A couple A Mountaineer and 2 Terriers are down to the ground trying to fight for it. They're going to say, I believe, is a jump ball, Blaine?
Yep, jump ball there. Looks like a little bit of everybody had their hands on that, but impressive for Mitchell to get down so quickly and make sure it didn't become a turnover.
So it's cleaning up the spot on the floor currently, but 2:05 left to go in the second quarter. App State 33, Wofford 26, but remember, it was 24-8 to start this quarter just 8 minutes ago. Baseline inbound goes to Heggie. She stands in the paint. She's swarmed by Terriers. It's now given out to Emma Smith, who stands a step outside the charity stripe. She'll give it to Defna Atla. Atla with the right side, works around Ikiwu and wedges it in between the backboard and the bucket.
Couldn't do that again if you tried. I mean,
there wasn't a lot of power on that ball either.
No.
I mean, it was an underhand layup.
Kind of crazy play there, but good job from the jump ball, able to win that. Didn't become a turnover, keeping the ball over there. And shot's a shot.
Tony Warren for Wofford coming off the bench and showing the hops. Gets up there with ease to poke that ball free.
Very impressive.
Full court press defense for App State as Wofford inbounds it. They work with 1:45 left in the second quarter. Down by 7. Gabby Mundy on the left side. Gives it back to the top of the key, now back to Mundy. Still stands left side, takes 2 dribbles with the left hand, skips one off the floor to Ikiwu, looks for a long 3, instead decides to drive. It's poked away by App State and will head out of bounds. Wofford basketball.
Yep, great poke there by App State. Still alive in this game. Like I said, this defense so far, this is the key to making sure that this Wofford team doesn't come back in this game.
Maddie Hawk inbounds to Maddie Heiss, who then throws it in the paint for Ikiwu. She tries to put a shot up and is fouled there.
We're going to talk about this App State defense. They came in the first quarter really hot here. Second quarter still playing good, but they're letting Queen and letting a few others get into their bag here, letting them get a few plays off as we get a great poke there from Smith.
Inbound ball was poked by Smith. Wofford still gets it back, and it leads to an open shot. It's a long 2-ball that's off the mark. Heggie takes it down the floor to the top of the arc. Now to the right side. Still beyond the 3-point line is Smith, giving it up to Deja Mitchell. Yet to dribble, now she does. 3, 4 dribbles with the left hand before kicking it left side. Here's a 3, and it's just shy from Emily Heggie. Getting the rebound is Defna Atla in between 2 Terriers, and then the second chance after that results in a foul. So Farial Defna Atla putting up some big minutes in the paint, but the foul ends up coming on her.
See, Atla, you know, she's already eclipsed her games or minutes she gets per game with 11 so far. Unfortunate foul there, as we just saw.
Yeah, Cappy Mundy decided to hit the brakes right before getting to the 3-point line, and Emma Smith for App State was trailing very close behind and didn't see the brake lights come on and ran over her.
Yeah, just really unfortunate there. She's kind of rolling her eyes. You can kind of see. She's like, oh, of course, that's on me. But, you know, just unfortunate there. Just got to keep your head in the game. You got to make sure you're not trailing too far behind. And if you are, can't be tailing so close.
Puts Wofford in the paint. Mundy hits the first one. Now 3 for 7 on the year from the charity stripe. Gabby Mundy, a freshman from Liberty Hill, Texas. The 5'6" guard. Takes 2 dribbles on the court, puts it into the right hand, and up and good on the second attempt. A 16-point lead to start the first quarter has now dwindled down to 5. App State up 33-28 with under a minute to go in the second quarter. Deja Mitchell over to Jada McBride, back to Mitchell. Enters from the left wing, strong push, baseline, 2 up and good.
Great midi there from Mitchell. Mitchell got the hot hand. She's playing great here so far. Now 3 for 5 here. Got 6 points right next to Heggie, who's got 8. Really doing good so far. Great midi.
Game clock and shot clock separated by 3.5 seconds. 17 seconds on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Wofford's going to wait for one more good opportunity. Gabby Mundy standing all the way back at the timeline. Now with 4 seconds, Mundy gets a screen from Ikiwu, takes a deep 3 from the right wing. It just comes up shy. 4 seconds are left. Emma Smith's got some time to work with. She looks up court, takes the half court heave, and Smith, just misses. Hits the back of the window in the left side of the rim, but it cannot fall. 35-28, your score as App State leads Wofford heading into halftime.
Yep, I mean, App State here, they were up by 20 earlier. Now within just 8 points here, or should I say 7 points here. I mean, still playing great basketball, but definitely got outscored there in the second quarter. I know when it comes to this third quarter, Laura Sharp's going to talk to her team and make sure that when they come back out here, they sharpen that defense, because we saw a great first quarter of the defense, but second quarter collapsed in a little bit. Saw a lot of three-pointers fly, a lot of fouls, or a decent amount of fouls there. And, you know, they still got their way, still got a couple points there, and been shooting great from the three balls so far, as we see a decent, 4 for 12 here, hitting a 30% clip, better than what they've been hitting on the season. But what I want to see here is definitely Wofford. If they want to come back into this game, they gotta lean on the queen here. And Heiss, it's got to have a little bit better of a shooting performance. Massengale as well, only 1 for 5 on the court so far. But so far, a great competitive game. Both teams are still in it. Both teams can definitely come away with the win here. But David, what have you liked so far? What has been your key takeaway for this App State offense and defense?
This team has looked very well put together on the defensive side up until about 5 minutes left in that first. It felt like Wofford started to hit shots, and it just gave them a little bit more confidence to move the ball. The passing has been better. The ball movement has been much more efficient, and when they are taking those open looks for threes, Wofford in the second quarter has been able to nail them and bury them so far. Truthfully, Wofford's going to get hot. This is a team that scores a lot of points coming into this game. 89 points per game. That's first in the SoCon.
Wow.
They are shooting it lights out. And so it's going to be part of this game, is that Wofford is going to score a lot of points. What I want to see is more efficiency on the offensive end. It felt like for a minute there that App State was throwing up shots and then relying on those offensive rebounds. A lot of those rebounds in the first quarter are why they were so successful in the offensive end. But Wofford in the second has started to do what they do best. There is a reason they are top 10 nationally in rebounds per game. That they started to get a lot stronger against the boards and really started to swarm both Zoe McCrary and Ferial Defna Atla, both centers for App State, to make their life a lot harder in the final 10 minutes of this half.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, great rebounding team, and the fact that we're out rebounding them by 5. And I think the turnover battle has been a big thing too. You know, they have 7 turnovers to our 4. I think that's huge. I mean, we have a lot of steals. I haven't seen a block quite yet. I'm hoping somebody on this team's going to slap some stank on that thing. I want to see a block here, baby.
I do too. So far this year, just under 3 blocks per game for App State. So don't you worry, Blaine. The law of averages is coming back around for you in the second half. It was a tale of 2 quarters as App State scored 24 in the first as opposed to Wofford's 8, with the Terriers stormed back with 20 points in the second as opposed to App State's 11. It's 35-28 for halftime in the High Country. Don't go anywhere. We've got 12 minutes until the second half begins. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes for our halftime stats and third quarter expectations. Don't go anywhere. David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams are live with you from the Holmes Convocation Center on 90.5 WASU. Welcome back to 90.5 WASU for second half basketball as the App State Mountaineers are leading the Wofford Terriers 35-28 as we were moments away from getting started here in the third. David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams joining you. And Blaine, so far this year, the App State bench has been a big reason for their 2-1 start.
Yeah, I mean, we see that the Mountaineers, they stand second in the Sun Belt among the nation's top 50 in bench points per game, averaging 33 points coming off the bench, and we've seen that so far. We have at least, I can see here, at least about 7 or 8 people scoring the ball here, and it's always great to have Elena Pericic and Heggie coming off the bench and just scoring these amazing amount of points. You know, they're averaging double digits off the bench, and that's what you gotta love about this team is that Laura Sharp, she has her team strategically planned to where everybody's sharing the rock here and everybody gets their hand on the ball. That's what she's known for, that and her tenacity and her great defense, and we've seen that so far as well too. A lot of the bench players coming out here getting some turnovers. We've seen 7 turnovers from the Wofford stat, or from the Wofford players so far, and I think that's really been key here. The bench for App State looking real sharp.
Elena Pericic coming off the bench has 7 points, 3 for 5 shooting, and has buried a 3. The leading scorer for App State is Emily Heggie, 3 for 7 from the floor, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc for 8 points. And leading both teams is Queen Ikiwu with 11 points. She is 5 for 7 from the field, 1 for 1 from the charity stripe, and a 3-point play opportunity. But the biggest thing I want to look at before we get started here in this third quarter is the difference between the first and second quarter shooting for Wofford. In the first quarter, they went 3 for 14. That's good for 21% of a 21% field goal percentage. And when you look into the second quarter, they only had 8 points, by the way, on that 21% in the second quarter, shooting it 58%. Making 40% of their threes, and all of their free throws made a huge difference. 20 points put up for Wofford in that second quarter. We're back to action as Jaden McBride gets us started with a long 2. An immediate rip for App State. Goes from the top of the key. Now 37-28.
Yeah, Jaden McBride, you know, has been kind of spotty with her field goal percentage this year, but this game has looked really good. I'm really surprised and really happy with what she's doing so far.
Here's a 3 ball from Wofford. It's off the mark for Maddie Heiss from the right corner. App State able to corral the rebound. It's Emma Smith who brings it up the floor. She'll throw it topside now to the right corner for Pericic in front of the App State bench. Pericic finds a streaking Smith who spins at the baseline. Her shot comes up just shy but gets her own rebound. Second chance effort. This one falls.
Yeah, Smith there missed her own board, was able to rise up over the well taller Queen and just get that board. Very impressive there. Great stuff from Smith.
Emma Smith stands at 5'7". Queen Ikiwu stands at 6'1". The height difference didn't matter for Emma on that last possession. Now Wofford, it's Maddie Heiss. Top of the arc, kicks it right side. Now they'll go down low for Queen Ikiwu. Dribbles once with the right hand, with a pivot foot on her left. She goes to shoot, and the pivot foot came up. Shot is no good. It's a travel in an App State basketball.
Yeah, I want to highlight here, we didn't see Ferial Defna Atla start the game off. We saw actually it was, I believe it was McCrary. And McCrary didn't have so good of a start. Atla comes in, and now she's been playing really good defense against the Queen and has looked really good. They're able to force a little bit of a turnover with making her pick up her pivot. Great stuff.
Emma Smith is now the ball poked out twice by Gabby Mundy. She's able to retain possession both times. Now in the hands of Jaden McBride, getting a screen from Defna Atla on the right wing. Now works to the left side into the paint, kicks it over to Pericic, who stands on the left wing. It's a 3 ball, and it just comes up short. Wofford picks up the rebound. It's Maddie Heiss who grabs the board. Now with Mundy on the left wing. They'll swing it down low for Queen. Skip pass to the right side. Now trending towards the corner for Maddie Hawk. They'll give it back to Queen, who takes a shot on the right elbow. The 2 ball is no good. App State comes away with the rebound. Now Emma Smith gets an entrance from the left wing. She's blocked up by Gabby Mundy, has to retreat. Back to the top of the key with Defna Atla. Atla underneath, one-handed grab from McBride, double teamed, has Atla coming in for help. That frees up an open look from 3, and Emma Smith buries it from the left wing.
Emma Smith finally gets her first 3 here of the game. I mean, she leads the team in boards right now and leading the team in points. She's just doing it all.
Gabby Mundy with the 3 ball on the other side from the wing. It's no good. App State comes up with the rebound, and it will be their ball after a whistle. It was only the second 3-pointer of the year for the Denver transfer, Emma Smith.
Yeah, Emma Smith, I mean, just really looking really great this game. Like I said, leading the team with 9 points and 7 boards, also with 5 assists. She's doing it all here, really getting her game going.
Heggie to Atla, back to Heggie, top of the screen, 3!
Back to back.
The screen works perfectly. And if you could do that every time, why not? Defna Atla sets the screen, gets the ball, kicks it back out to Heggie. She had 6 feet of space to work with to nail that one down. It's 45-28. Just under 7 minutes to go. Wofford has the ball deflected. App State comes up with it in the paint.
What I say, David, I wanted to see some slap some stank on that thing, and I just saw it, finally.
There it is. You've been waiting for it. We finally get a taste of it. Deja Mitchell checking back into the game. Jade McBride will head to the bench. Jada Burton checking in, and that will send Heggie to the bench. So some switches for App State as they're ready to inbound on their own baseline. 45-28. Long inbound goes to Pericic. At the top of the key. Handed off to Jada Burton. Burton off the plant foot, gives it right side. Pericic in front of her own bench, angles left. Now gives it up to Atla after a dribble. Left side entrance, it's up and good. A roller on the layup, off the glass and good for Defna Atla. Maddie Heiss, one-on-one in the paint, and wow, she did that all herself, just working around Deja Mitchell. Carves her up in the paint. 47-30. App State in front, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. The lead was 7 at the half. App State now in control by 17. Defna Atla one-on-one against Queen Ikiwu. Right-handed finish is just short, but there's a reason. A whistle blows and a foul is called as Ferial Defna Atla will head to the line.
Yeah, Defna Atla, I mean, averages 11 minutes per game for this App State Mountaineers women's team. We already see here she's already got 16 minutes, definitely eclipsed that. Also has eclipsed her game total of points per game.
Clear a pin drop as the first shot is off the mark for Atla. West Virginia transfer up and good on the second attempt. Ferial Defna Atla has had an interesting collegiate career so far. The sophomore is the youngest player ever to be called for the U20 national team for Turkey. Spent multiple years on the national team, came over and played for West Virginia before coming to App State.
She just wanted to be a better Mountaineer, that's all.
That she did. So 48-30, App State with the ball. McBride on the left wing, dribbling with the left hand, guarded by Weiss. Eddie Weiss in her face, she'll pick it up off the plant foot. Down to Smith at the top of the key, gives to Pericic. One-on-one in the paint, and the angle isn't there for Pericic. Shot was put up too low, hits the underside of the rim, and Wofford will come away with it as we approach the halfway mark in the third quarter. 18-point lead for the Mountaineers. Gabby Mundy directing traffic, takes a couple steps inside the right wing for kicking it to the left corner. It's Weiss who takes it all the way to the left block. Now Queen Ikiwu tries from the top of the key. She'll spin and put a shot up from the right elbow, but it is another traveling call on the Queen. App State basketball.
Yep, second of the quarter, I believe her third of the game here. I mean, we've seen quite a few turnovers, especially traveling calls from the Queen. Queen Ikiwu is, one of the big turning points of this Wofford team, but really so far has looked kind of flat here this second half.
Emma Smith will head to the bench. Emily Heggie comes in as her replacement. App State 5 for 8 from the field so far in the third quarter, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. They'll try to dish it underneath, but nobody's home. Queen Ikiwu picks up a free turnover. It's basically given to her. Now Warren gives it back up to Mundy. Mundy spinning to her right, stands on the right wing, now dishes it down to Warren in the corner. They'll roll it around the horn to the left wing, and a foul is called on a driving effort from Molly Massengale.
Yeah, Massengale so far this game really hasn't been able to get things going. 1 for 6 on the field, 1 for 5 from 3 with only a board, and nothing else really going for with 24 minutes in the game. I know they're really looking to go inside here, this Wofford team, and I know they've been trying to attack it here recently, just really haven't been able to get things going here. A little bit of a drought with only 2 points so far this quarter, but they're looking to get things going here, hopefully with these free throws.
It's been all bark, no bite for the Terriers here in the third quarter. App State outscoring them 13-2 as they lead it 48-30. Time onto the floor, we'll take one as well. Right back to the Holmes Convocation Center for the rest of the third quarter in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. You're listening to women's basketball on 90.5 WASU. (48-30), your score as App State leads Wofford with 4:27 left to go in the third quarter. The Mountaineers have outdone the Terriers in the third, 13 points to just 2, as we pick things back up at the charity stripe with Wofford having an opportunity to double their points so far this quarter as Molly Massengale steps up to the line.
Yeah, we see so far, they've gotten to the line about 6 times here. Really, this is the 7th as Massengale sinks her first one. Haven't missed a shot yet. Hopefully, to give her an announcer's curse here, hopefully she misses this next one.
8 for 11 on the year from the charity stripe. Make it 9 for 12. Buries both of those. So it's now 48-32. Just under 4:30 to go as Jada Burton brings it up the floor. She is face guarded pretty heavily by Ellie Porter. Has not been able to evade it yet. Takes a step inside the arc before giving it back to Deja Mitchell. Mitchell turns on the Jets. Passes from the right block to the right wing. It's Jaden McBride backing her way into the paint. McBride swings to her left. Left-handed shot off the glass and in. Jaden McBride imposing her will.
Got to hit the weight room there. You gotta be careful for McBride. She got the muscles to push you down in the dirt. Obviously, we're here on the court, so no dirt there, but man, what's a muscle there? That was beautiful.
Under 4 minutes to go, App State leads 50-32. Terriers with the ball on the top of the key. It's Molly Massengale giving it back to Queen Ikiwu, who's off the left block, swings to her right. High arcing shot is up and good from the paint. Queen Ikiwu has continued to be the difference maker for Wofford and is keeping the Terriers in this game. Massengale, who tries to dump it underneath for Queen Ikiwu, but the Mountaineers were swarming. They take the ball away. Here comes Jada Burton. Stops on the charity stripe. Kicks it back for Heggie, who's covered up. Now Heggie decides to drive. Gives it underneath. And the mismatch is awarded the bucket. It's Deja Mitchell with the 2.
Great vision there. I mean, that was beautiful there from Heggie. Just able to bring in the double team and just dump it off for Mitchell. Mitchell able to make the wide open bucket. Great awareness.
18-point App State lead, 2:35 to go in the third quarter. Queen Ikiwu guarded closely by Elena Pericic. Now they'll kick it out for Mundy, who missteps. The ball's going to go into the backcourt, and it will be a violation. All the momentum was on the right foot of Gabby Mundy. She needed it to be on the left foot to snag it with the left hand, unable to do so. It is now App State basketball in full control of this one with 2:27 to go in the third.
Yeah, this App State bench is getting loud and proud here. They're letting it known that, yeah, you're going to make some mistakes. You got to concentrate when it comes to this team. And so far, we've seen a really great job from this App State defense in this second half. It's looked phenomenal.
An old SoCon matchup renewed. These two teams haven't met much since App State left the SoCon for the Sun Belt, but Wofford's won the last 3. Back to play. Here's Pericic entering from the right side. Baseline drive, draws the foul as she cuts up to the left and tries to finish with the left hand.
Great penetration there by Pericic. Just able to get in, get down, and when she puts that shot up, she was able to draw some great contact there from 3 players. You know, the Wofford side, they like to put at least 3 players in the paint, it looks like. We've seen that for majority of the game here so far. And Pericic, great penetration there, great awareness to know that there's going to be a lot of players that are going to collapse in like that. And great grab of contact, I should say. So good job for Pericic. Hopefully she's able to nail these here.
Pericic looking for her first points since the first half. Takes 2 dribbles on the court, picks it up and lets it fly. It's up and good for the first free throw from Elena Pericic, the 6'1 senior. It's been with App State for 2 years. She reached double figures in 13 games last season. As the second one just rims off, but she was a key part of this Mountaineer team, one of 3 returners that came back to Boone.
Yeah, you want to mention a lot of people coming into this App State side here. You know, we have a lot of new people with 6 transfers and 3 freshmen. So, you know, we have a lot of 6 seniors here. You know, we have a pretty relative new squad here, but it's great to see the App State still have that chemistry going.
Quick pickup for Wofford. It was a left-handed layup, good for Massengale. Now App State back on the other side. Defna Atla imposing her will up and over Mia Floor of Wofford. 55-36. Just over 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wofford has been keeping pace but hasn't been able to pull away. Here is a mid-range shot from the left side. Off the mark for Mundy. The rebound picked up from Wofford. Triple try from Massengale is long. And Defna Atla comes up with the rebound. Emily Heggie will pass the timeline, and Alora Sharp telling her to calm things down just a tad. Slowing the game down with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third. App up 55-36. Emma Smith on the left wing gives it to Defna Atla, who cannot control it. It slips under her fingertips on the right hand. She taps the chest, saying, "That's my bad, y'all," as that ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be Terrier basketball, 64 seconds left in the third.
You know, David, we talked about this at the beginning of the game, that this Wofford team, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. And App State hanging in there, out-rebounding them by 7 boards. It's been beautiful to see so far as App State really stamping their name on this game in terms of rebounding-wise and assist-wise as well. We haven't seen very many assists from this Wofford side. App State beating them 13-5 here.
Massengale finds a streaking Terrier under the basket, but the layup cannot be converted from Mundy. Offensive board is picked up once again. There's chaos underneath the basket right now. They'll find an open look for Mundy, who airballs it. Mundy comes in and saves her own rebound, but it doesn't matter. It'll be right into the arms of Emma Smith.
Emma Smith has a chance to get her double-double here. 9 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. I mean, this game is hers and nobody else's.
Emma Smith having a phenomenal game for the black and gold as there's 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 7 seconds. Atla over to Pericic, who's on the left wing, decides to drive, goes in with the left hand, and she is fouled. Entering from the left block, and contact made before she could really even get her arms up in the air.
We were talking a little bit about Pericic earlier, coming off the bench, having somebody that gives you 9.3 points per game, and so far here she has 8, and hopefully getting her way to make her 9th point here, possibly her 10th as well. But I mean, it's so great to be able to lean on somebody like that, have somebody like that on the bench who also has a bunch of experience with this team.
80% clip from the charity stripe, and Pericic misses her first of the game. Should have waited to say that stat until afterwards, apparently, huh, Blaine?
I know, right? What is my problem?
No, that was on me, man. Hey, if she makes them at a high clip, she'll make this one here. Next one up, and it rolls in off the front of the rim. There it is.
We made up for it.
1 for 2. 20-point lead for App State, 6 seconds to go. Wofford trying to get a bucket before the end of the third quarter. An errant shot is put up quick by Mundy. It's now Emma Smith who heaves a half-court bid, and she makes it from beyond half-court. It has been her afternoon, and the hot hand buries one from beyond the App State A.
Oh my gosh! I don't know if that was me who was peeking or if it was the crowd, because holy moly! That was insane.
That was with some confidence too. That was a splashdown.
Oh man.
59-36. What an exclamation point to put on an unbelievable third quarter.
That was from the top of the mountain. Holy moly, man, that was crazy.
Emma Smith, she had a half-court heave at halftime almost go in, and hey, sometimes all you need is the warm-up, because my goodness, from the other side of the floor, Emma Smith nails the half-court try at the end of the third quarter. Wow, it has been deja vu, Blaine. The first quarter of this game, Wofford scored 8, App State scored 24. In the third quarter, Wofford scores 8, and App State scores 24. It's a 6-0 run across the last 2 minutes of this game. They've made their last 3 shots from the field, and it is all Mountaineers heading into this break. Back for fourth quarter action in just a moment. App State leads by 20+ right here on 90.5 WASU. Welcome back to the Emma Smith Show right here on 90.5 WASU, as we've got 10 minutes left in this one. The start of the fourth quarter coming up with App State leading big 59-36. And welcome to Boone, Emma Smith, the Denver transfer. Standing at 5'7", this senior has now beaten her season high for points, which was previously 10. She's got 12 today. 3-point field goals made. She's got 2 today. Her previous was 1. And oh, by the way, that second three-pointer was from 10 feet beyond half court to close out the third quarter. She's got 9 rebounds, which is a season best, and 5 assists, which ties a season best that came against Bob Jones. Emma Smith, the hot hand right now for App State, has them up 23. Wofford will start things off in the fourth with the ball. Here's Massengale on the left elbow. Swing pass to the right side. Now off the plant foot, it's a shot up and no good off the right side of the rim for Maddie Heiss. App State gets the rebound. Heggie works left, now gives it back to McBride at the top of the key. McBride decides to drive, kicks off the left elbow to Heggie. It's a contested look for three, decides not to take it. Instead, she'll swing it underneath for Pericic, who hits the bottom side of the backboard, but there was a reason. Contact made underneath, and Elena Pericic will head to the line for two.
Yeah, it just has not been, Massengale's game. We've seen that she's caused quite a few fouls here, especially the second half against Pericic. And yeah, she's been able to finally get some points on the board. Wasn't able to get but 1 point last half.
Pericic misses that one.
But Massengale, yeah, just really hasn't been able to get in her groove this game. Alongside a couple of the other starters as well. But great job for Pericic.
Pericic will split him as she buries the second one. 60-36. App State up over Wofford. Mia Floor hands it off from the top of the key to Massengale. Picks up the plant foot. Now they'll find Mia Floor back down on the baseline, defended by Defna Atla, and her defense is hounding. Mia Floor hits the deck on the shot attempt. Defna Atla's not even phased. App State now works back the other way. Heggie saves it with a one-hand snag in front of the App State bench in the right corner. She gets it off for Defna Atla. Now back to Heggie. Dribbling around through the legs. Back to the top of the key. Here's Emma Smith. Hesitates, kicks it back out from the paint, throws up the three, and Jada McBride buries it. She threw the guns up before McBride had ever even seen it go through. Emma Smith picks up her 6th assist. It's a season high. Wofford an open look for Massengale in the corner, and she hits it. Molly Massengale, who shoots it just over 34% from beyond the arc, nails that one. It's 63-39, 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Emma Smith with the ball in front of the App State bench, trying to work her way to the paint, and we will get a whistle on the drive. Foul looks like it's going to go against Heggie. She's trying to plead her case, and I think she was more so looking for clarification than anything else.
Unfortunate there for Heggie. I believe that's her first foul of the game here as we see, but man, it's been great here. This App State we were talking about before this game, what does App State need to improve on to really take control of this game? And we talked about the main thing was the three-pointers, and they have done that this game. We could see from so far, they've hit 8 of 18. Way, way better than what they've done so far this season. And it's been great to see the guns a-blazing show here in the home center Convocation.
I'll take a 44% conversion rate from beyond the arc any day of the week. Speaking of three balls, here's one from Wofford from the left corner. It is no good for Tony Warren. App State and Emily Heggie will move it right back up the floor, and we'll get an off-the-ball foul as O'Terrier hits the deck. An errant push from App State gives the ball right back to Wofford.
Yeah, Mitchell just getting a little handsy there, but hey, that's okay. I love the intensity from Mitchell, but yeah, just got to keep it. You got to keep it to a certain extent there. You got to keep your energy maintained, show some composure there. I know Wofford's trying to get back in here. It looks like they've been trying to shoot the three ball past couple drives. I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to try to do that.
Sophia Ruppel, the Kennesaw State transfer, at the helm now for Wofford. Gets a screen from Queen Ikiwu. Tries to work to the left side of it. She's able to. Gets all the way down to the baseline before kicking it to Warren in the left corner. Warren now goes back to Queen, who stands on the left elbow. Nowhere to go. Guarded by two Mountaineers. Now decides to take him on herself. She'll turn and dribble with the right hand, and we will get a whistle on the drive.
Thought for a moment she had traveled there, but no, it actually just looked like a foul.
Fariel Defne Atla called on the foul. It'll be a baseline inbound, not a shooting foul. So Ruppel will inbound to Heiss. Heiss will travel as she was trying to spin back to her left. There is just a brick wall of Mountaineers around this paint right now.
Yeah, I believe that's like the fourth traveling call this half. I mean, just really have not been able to just stop moonwalking over there on the App State side of the court.
Score still 63-39, just over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's been domination in the second half from App State. And Jaden McBride, who buries a triple try from the right corner, right in front of her bench. 15 points now for Jaden McBride, the Georgetown transfer. 3-ball up on the other way for Wofford. It's a bit too strong for Courtney Swider. It's her first shot of the game. Queen Ikiwu with it now off the right wing. We'll give it back to Ruppel. Ruppel on the plant foot, back to Ikiwu. They'll hand it back to Ruppel. Those two will go back and forth as Ikiwu picks up her miss and gets an and one bucket. Ikiwu to Ruppel and back and forth. That duo creating havoc and getting 2 points on the board. A chance for 3 for Wofford.
2 boards there from Ikiwu. I mean, that was just great concentration to grab both of those, and an excellent effort from her. She's been playing great this game. 15 points, 7 for 10 from the field, along with 6 boards. But really, it's just the rest of the team. She's been trying to corral them, get them under her wings, but really, to little avail. Not been able to do anything else. For the rest of the team, really hasn't been able to do anything.
Queen gets the shot up and good for the 3-point play opportunity. It's the second one that she's converted so far today and now has 15 points for the Terriers. That is a team high. Whistle and a foul will be called on Wofford. It's Sophia Ruppel who's called for her first of the game. App State was looking to start a drive to the left side of the floor. Instead, it'll now be Jaden McBride who inbounds right in front of her own bench in the scorer's table on the top side. We'll get it to Jada Burton, who drifts down to the left wing before kicking it back to the right wing for Deja Mitchell. Skips one off the floor to Defna Atla. Now to McBride. Takes another 3. They'll ride the hot hand, and she cannot convert. Ball's poked up in the air from Queen Ikiwu, and she sends it out of bounds. I think if she lets that go on the baseline, it is Wofford ball, but instead elects to be the hero and save it. And it will stay with App State as she couldn't get a good grip on it.
Yeah, it looked like Ferio Defna Atla. Looked like she was the one who tipped it, but I guess Queen must have thought she had put her fingertips on it, I guess. But, hey, we'll take that ball any day.
Deja Mitchell inbounds to Jada Burton. Burton from the top of the key now to Atla, who takes a couple steps inside of the arc, and she's going to travel. She was spinning around trying to find her next move and ends up picking up the plant foot without the dribble. A little bit of a mental mistake there from Ferio Defna Atla. 66-42, App State leads, 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Wofford takes a long 2 from inside the right wing. Shot is no good. Mountaineers get the rebound. Here comes Emma Smith around her back from the top of the key. Kicks it right side. They'll look for Defna Atla. The pass from Burton is knocked out of bounds. And Defna Atla was the last one to touch it. Goes out of bounds on the baseline. It's Wofford ball.
Wanted to highlight there, Emma Smith, that last board she got just gave her a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. We already knew this was her game. Only more reason to talk about her. I mean, she has just made this her game and nobody else's. I love it.
What a showing from Emma Smith tonight. Here's a triple try deep from the top of the key. It is good for Wofford. Maddie Hawk nails her second 3-pointer of the year. Score is now 66-45, App State in front. Wofford's on a 6-0 run over the last minute. Jada Burton tries to give it to Mitchell, who is setting up a screen for her. Thankfully, it bounces into the hands of Jaden McBride, who storms over to take it away from Wofford. Now McBride working to the right side. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gets a screen. Now on the plant foot. Has to kick it left. Here it is for Pericic. The 3-ball up and no good from the left wing. Courtney Swider with the rebound for Wofford. They'll work it to the low side of the court into the corner. Now bouncing it baseline for Queen Ikiwu. Queen doesn't take a dribble before kicking it back out for a 3-point try. It comes up shy. Shot taken from Abby Eller, and App State gets the rebound. Emma Smith, and as Blaine mentioned, has a double-double today. Kicks it to Elida Pericic. A couple steps inside the right wing. Takes it to McBride on the left side. McBride with the right hand. Works her way back up center with the basket. Still beyond the arc. She'll kick to Pericic. And there will be an off-the-ball whistle.
Looks like it's going to be Mountaineer ball. Can't tell who it is. Wofford's going to take a timeout here. Need to cool down. Yeah, they're on a hot streak, but looks like it's going to stay with Mountaineers ball.
App State has had 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes and has not seen a ball go through the net in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. They still retain a heavy lead, however, 66-45. Media timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Don't go anywhere. The conclusion of App State versus Wofford coming up on 90.5 WASU in just a moment. Four minutes and 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter as App State leads Wofford by 21, 66-45 in this historic matchup between two previous SoCon rivals, David Katzenmaier and Blaine Williams, joining you here on 90.5 WASU. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the series history between these two teams. They last met December 7th of 2024, where Wofford won 71-63. App State leads the all-time meeting record 30-11 and is 15-5 at home. However, Wofford coming into this game on a little bit of a three-game win streak. App State has not beat the Terriers since 2019 and has not won against Wofford in this building since 2018. It's shaping up good for Alora Sharp in her second season as her program is up 66-45 over Wofford. This team has done everything they've needed to outshine the Terriers here at home. Back to the action, it's a baseline inbound that goes to Zoe McCrary. Kicks it out right side for Emma Smith, who's calling for Mitchell to send a screen. She does. Smith works left around it, enters the paint, picks it up from there, takes the shot and buries it. Emma Smith, 14 points on the game.
Yeah, I mean, she has just been absolutely phenomenal. Locked in, Emma Smith.
Queen Ikiwu bounces one off of her foot. Thankfully, it was a pass to Maddie Hawk, and she's able to corral it. They'll give it up for a three ball on the right side. It's no good. Shot off the mark from Courtney Swider. They'll pick up the offensive board. Second chance effort from the baseline for Swider is no good. App State will come away with it. Here's Emily Heggie, who hits the brakes at the three-point line. Heggie hits the deck. There is no foul. Wofford's able to pick it up, and here they go in the transition. Here is Swider one-on-one. Swider loses the ball, and Smith just lets it go out of bounds. This is the first big minutes of the game for Courtney Swider, and a lot of action so far for her as it'll be a turnover on the Terriers.
One person we were talking about over break was Ferio Defna Adla. I mean, we were talking about how, you know, she's definitely surpassed her season high in points, season high in free throws made, and on top of that, rebounds as well. Previously was 7, now is 8, and on top of that has tied her season high in assists with 2. Has played really great today, and also has definitely averaged way more minutes here today than her season average with only 11. But has looked really good in the post overall today.
Only played 5 minutes against Davidson last week, which is a little uncharacteristic for how hot of a prospect she was coming into the program, but she's showing what she can do now. We'll pick it up with Pericic under the bucket, double team. Queen Ikiwu nor Courtney Swider could stop Elena Pericic there under the bucket. She now heads into double digits on this game.
believe that now that's a third App State player with double digits here, sharing the rock around the team here. I'm loving to see it. That's just a Laura Sharp offense. That's what you get when you have a great coach like this, who just loves to make sure that everybody gets their hands in the game.
Maddie Hawk with a baseline drive was fouled on her shot attempt, so she'll head to the free throw line for the Terriers. The sophomore guard is from Jefferson City, Tennessee. Played a little bit last year, 2.5 points a game, and shot at 38% from the field. She had one game over 10 points, one game over 20. Able to hit the first free throw there. As Hawk buries the second, she stays perfect on the year from the charity stripe. 70-47 now, 3 minutes left in this one. It's Jada Burton who brings it down the floor for App State. She'll kick it underneath for Riley Stoker. Stoker into the game for the first time, hands it off to Pericic on the left wing. Now they'll push it to the top of the key. Here's Issa Roman. Roman takes a dribble, gets a screen from Burton. Now kicks it back to the top of the key. Jada passing it off to Zoe McCrary. 2 seconds on the shot clock. McCrary with the right hand cannot finish, but a foul is called.
Yeah, we've seen this team penetrate the inside of this Wofford defense a lot this second half. That's really been, I think, what Laura Sharp was telling her team to do. Yeah, she's loving the three ball, and we were talking about how this team needed to be better three-point percentage-wise, and they really have. We've seen that from nearly every player on here, including Emma Smith, Jane McBride, and on top of that, Elena Pericic. But I think what the focus was for this second half was to penetrate this interior defense of this Wofford team.
Zoe McCrary misses the first of her 2 attempts from the charity stripe. App State today only 50% on free throw conversions. Wofford hasn't missed one. McCrary with the right foot in front of the left. That would roll off the rim. It hit the back of the rim, then the front of the rim, the back again, and fell off. 70-47, the score remains after 2 missed free throws for Zoe McCrary. 2:30 left in the fourth quarter. App State looking to pick up their first win against Wofford since 2019. Here's a long 2 on the way from the left side. It's off the mark for Sophia Rappel. Jada Burton finds an open look. It's Issa Roman who buries the 3 from the left side.
App State, we were just talking about, I just mentioned how they've been looking amazing this game from 3. Now 10 for 22 this game, almost hitting at a nearly 50% clip.
She is hitting it 50% now with that make. 73-47, 2 minutes to go. Here's a baseline drive through the paint that will fall off. Attempt from Abby Eller, who went to Ashe County High School. About 30 minutes away from Boone. And the shot for Issa Roman tried to pull at the 3-point line is blocked. But pretty cool to see Abby Eller, who took that last shot attempt for Wofford from Warrensville, North Carolina, was playing over at Ashe County High School just a couple months ago.
It's always great to see North Carolina natives make their way onto this team and represent App State here and represent the mountains. It's always great to see a bunch of natives out here.
Roman's first shot from the free throw line is no good as App State now goes into the bonus. Roman was 4 for 4 before that first attempt. With the freshman from Grace Christian. It's a big part of a state championship run last year. Grace Christian has won 4 state NCISAA state championships at the 3A level. Issa Roman, a big part of that. She misses the second free throw attempt. Wofford puts up a shot quickly. It won't be converted on the other end. Now here's a quick find. Addition dime underneath to Addie Beal, and it is bow time. 75-point score for App State. Free chicken biscuit for everybody in attendance. And with 1 minute and 22 seconds left, what a way to cap off what has been a phenomenal performance for the Mountaineers. As Wofford, after that bucket on the other end, quickly goes down the floor. And Brady Branham is fouled. So the freshman will head to the stripe. First shot's just a bit too strong. Now 1 for 5 on free throws so far this year. Branham hits the second. 75-48, 1:22 left to go. App State trying to get some points on the board for the ladies who don't normally get to see the court. And there is one of them. Riley Stoker up and under for the reverse lay.
Burton dished out an assist on that one, and hey, dished out some chicken biscuits for me and the fans. But man, now she's got 2 assists in a row. Beautiful from her.
Nice left-handed finish on the other end from Ellie Porter, who worked around 2 different App State defenders for the bucket. We're under a minute left to go, 77-50. App State in full control. Here's Issa Roman. A triple try from the left wing is no good. Out of bounds, it will be last touched by the Mountaineers. So Riley Stoker, the last one to put a paw on it. So Wofford with 45 seconds left, looking for one final push to close this one out. It's all about culture right now, continuing to play hard until the whistle. Doesn't matter if you're up 30 or down 30. Here's a triple try off the mark from Ellie Porter. Second chance effort is up for Brady Branham. It misses everything and heads out of bounds. It'll be App State ball with 27.8 seconds left. The shot clock is off. And Jada Burton, who gets the inbound from Addie Beal, takes it across the timeline as fans begin to rise here in the Holmes Convocation Center.
Yeah, I love to see the fans' energy here. Everybody standing up, getting on their tippy toes, getting loud and proud, celebrating this win, and as they should, as the App State Mountaineers just dominated this game all the way around. Beautiful game all the way from Laura Sharp's team as the final whistle goes off.
The clock strikes 0, and that'll do it from Boone. It's a 77-50 victory. App State over the Wofford Terriers, an old SoCon matchup. Renewed as App State gets their first win over Wofford since 2019, their first win over the Terriers at home since 2018, and breaks a 3-game losing streak against Wofford that dates back 6 years. Blaine, this was one heck of a showing from App State against a team who, coming into this game, was 10th in the nation in rebounds per game. Wofford was.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great game to out-rebound them. Out-rebounded them by 11. And on top of that, too, the assist numbers really show the spread of wealth for this App State team. We saw they out-assisted them 19-7. But you know what we also mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast was one person they needed to keep under 10 points, and that was Maddie Heiss. Maddie Heiss, when she had 10-plus points, the team was 24-11. Under 10, which we did today, kept her to 9 points under that 10-point marker. Now pushed the team to 10-17 without that. So it was great to see. The defense here was absolutely ecstatic. And Alora Sharp, that's one thing that her teams are known for, is the tenacity on that defense. And we saw that here today. And though, we still saw a great game from the Queen Ikiwu. She had an awesome game, but really nobody else able to rally around her other than maybe Madison Gale, who had double-digit points. But unlike the App State team, where we had 5 players actually hit double digits here. It was great to see the spread of wealth, as I said earlier, David. But David, what were you liking for this App State team?
I mean, the shooting from the floor was phenomenal for App State today. 53% conversion rate of shots taken on the floor. They were 31 for 48, and they buried 43% of their three-point tries. That is the biggest takeaway that I have with this team today. We know that Alora Sharp can get it done on defense. We know how impactful and pivotal both Zoe McCrary and Fariel Defna Atla have been to have size in the paint, but when you can flip the floor and go down and score as many three-pointers as App State did today, they scored 10 out of 23 attempts. I mean, man, it is hard to beat a team when they are riding that hot from 3.
You're absolutely right. We were saying that before the broadcast. We were like, look, if they could just hit their three-pointers today, that will be amazing, and they have a chance to do this. But you know what they did? They went out there, out-assisted, out-rebounded, outshot the three-point. It was beautiful. All the way around, a great win for this Alora Sharp team, and a great job for the Mountaineers today. I mean, I'm ecstatic here, David. I'm losing my mind here on the sideline. And that half-court buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter from Emma Smith, who said, hey, I'm going to load the team on my back and I'm going to carry them all the way. That's what she did today.
Emma Smith with a double-double, 14 points, made 6 of her 9 shots, 3 of them from beyond the arc, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and a career game for Emma Smith in the black and gold. Looking down the scoreboard as well, the top scorer for App State was Jaden McBride, 50% shooting from the floor with 15 points, 3 triples buried, 2 of them coming late in this one to really put the nail in the coffin. 2 rebounds for her off 29 minutes. Another double-digit scorer, Emily Heggie, shot 50% and made 3 triples as well, picked up 6 rebounds for her. And Farial Defne Atla, a season-high 10 points, 4 for 6 shooting, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds. She comes up too shy of that double-double, but that jumps and eclipses her. It doubles pretty much every stat she's had so far this year in a single game. Defne Atla is here to stay. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Virginia transfer looked phenomenal today. And Elena Pericic coming off the bench, 4 for 11 with 12 points. Also made 3 free throws, 1 triple in the bunch there with 4 rebounds. As a whole, App State out shooting Wofford 53% to 29%. The 3-pointers are where it matters most. 43% made for App, 17% for Wofford. They only made 4 all game long. They did beat App at the free throw percentage at 92%. It is one thing that a Laura Sharp squad needs to be cautious of, a 36% free throw clip in this game. And coming into the game from the first 3 games of the season, this team was shooting at 75%. So maybe not something to be as concerned about as the men's team, but definitely something to keep their eye on. If there was a blemish in the stat book, it was that for App State. 12 for 13 was Wofford from the line. 13 turnovers for the Terriers, opposed to the Mountaineers 11. And we talked about rebounds. Wofford, 10th in the nation, gets out-rebounded by App State 39 to 28.
Yeah, I mean, Wofford, they lead the SoCon and rank top 10 in the nation for defensive rebounds per game with 35, and we kept them under 7 of that. So that's a huge win today. I think, yeah, you got to work on the free throws and make sure that, they're free points there. You got to take them. You got to make sure that players are doing what they're supposed to do with the charity stripe. But you know what? That's okay. Like you said, they had a great game all around for the 3-point margin, assists, and turnover ratio. And I said that at the beginning of the game. If they can out-turnover them, if they can win that turnover ratio and make it well known that, hey, you can't come in here and you can't steal what we got going on, that's going to be the key takeaway today. But, we have some great games for the Mountaineers coming up, too. We see that the Mountaineers, they're going to travel to Morgantown, West Virginia for their first road trip of the season. And we also were talking about Atla. It's a West Virginia transfer. App State will take on West Virginia here in the upcoming matches, I believe on the 20th at 10:30 a.m. They'll be challenging the West Virginia Mountaineers. We'll see who the better Mountaineer is there. But to focus on this game, it was just great to be here with you, David. Great to be in the Holmes Convocation Center. And I'm excited all the way around to see what this team is going to do this year.
I am as well. It's great to know that the hype that we saw in the first 2 games of the year, it wasn't just false. App State faced a great Davidson team, and they lost their last game 55-74. But I think all that confidence is reinstilled and more after this pounding of the Wofford Terriers. Wofford all barking, no bite tonight, 77-50. The Mountaineers take down an old SoCon foe. For myself, David Katzenmaier, and Blaine Williams, we say so long and thank you so much for tuning in to Mountaineer Basketball on 90.5 WASU. Wherever you're listening, please have a safe rest of your afternoon. And as always, go App.